Good morning, class. Welcome to Saint Peter School. This is our science class, and this is our sixth class. Before starting the class, I would again request all the students, please take out your books in and keep it in front of you. Take out page number 7, because we were discussing about the land formation in the last class. Okay, and today we are going to study about this, that how the what is the soil formation of what is the process of soil formation. Okay, so actually it takes that it takes 200 to 400 years to for the preparation of soil and to make a perfect fertile soil. If you want to get a perfect fertile soil, it will take around 3000 years. So assume that how long it takes to make a perfect fertile soil. So, and it also it is not it is not same everywhere. It depends upon the reason, the area, particular area. In particular, like in some areas it gets easily fertile, where the deposition of more dead and decaying animals, or you can see in a forest area you can get a fertile soil. But in a tropical area, or or in a desert area, so there in desert area it's there's no formation of soil at all. But in a tropical area it takes around 200 to 400 years to prepare a proper soil layer. Okay, so for these reasons the soil is considered as a non-renewable resources. Okay, so once it has been destroyed, it lost forever. Why? Because it as we are seeing that it's taking around 3000 years to make a perfect fertile soil. So assume that one how many lives will be end in within that 3000 years. So it's almost non renewable for us, because we can't wait for the so long to become a soil so fertile. Okay, so because it takes around 3000 years, and nobody lives for the 3000 years. So we can consider that the soil is a non-renewable resources. So if we should save our soil, we should save our soil for this from destroying, from spoiling. So because if it will destroy it once, it will last it will last forever for us. Okay, so now we will study about the how the process of soil, what is the process of soil formation. We will study. You can look at the page number 6. Our topic is given here, the process of soil formation. Last topic is this: the soil on the land is formed by a natural process. Okay, no man-made process is there in making soil fertile. Yes, we do to make a soil fertile when we do plantation in our garden. But when we are talking about the natural formation of soil process, so it is also done by the natural agent only. The abiotic components of soil are supplied through the weathering of the bedrock. So what are the useful components added to the soil, from where it is added by deposition, again and again deposition of sand, again and again deposition of dust particles, again and again deposition of dead and decaying leaves. So in this way soil slowly becomes fertile. But initially it is a type of bedrock, but slowly deposition of dust particles, sands, dead and decaying animals and leaves particles, by the help of those, and slowly it's a very slow process of the formation of soil. But it occurs by the nature only, and the regular deposition of those particles on the bedrock layer, it they become our land, our land become a fertile after some time. Okay, due to heat, cold and water and the sun, wind and rain respectively, the bedrock breaks down into a pieces. Now also what happens, as I have told you, that the initially the layer was you can see here that the lowermost layer is bedrock. So how the soil formation occurs, slowly deposition of water, wind, sunlight. What happens, these breaks into a small pieces, and then this layer is formation of this layer occurs, layer of the soil with the small rock. What happens? Some few bedrocks breaks into small pieces. Look, you can see here, in a small stones are found in this layer, and then after some time again there is a continuous deposition of water over it, wind over it, sunlight over it, like so. Slowly what happens, these small stones also break into a small particles, that is sand layer, or you can see, you can also know this layer by the name of immature soil. Okay, after that, like it again, after the deposition of water again and again on this layer, deposition of wind, deposition of dust particles. So, and by the pressure of wind, it again breaks into a fine dust like particles, that is called soil layer. And at the topmost layer there is nothing, it's a dead and decaying plants or the dead and decaying animals, makes a perfect layer, there is, that is called humus. And just for your information, let me tell you that humus is very useful for plant, like proper plant growth. Humus is very important. We add, like if the soil has no humus in it, we can't grow plant, we can't grow plant. Okay, because if the soil has no humus layer. For your information, let me tell you that most of the farmer do it desperately, that for example they, after cutting the crops, what they do, they burn all those, you must have seen, they burn those plants for a day, one day. What happens after cutting the crops, they allow the that particular land burning. And what they actually, they won't try to do, they try to burn those leaves, and they allow those leaves to dead and decaying for sometimes. They leave that particular land for sometimes, so that their deposition of dead leaves occurs for some time, and the formation of humus occurs. They do it desperately, जानबूझ के ये करते हैं। उस लैंड को, पर्टिकुलर लैंड, जिस लैंड से एक बार क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन हो जाता है, देन दे लेफ्ट दैट लैंड फॉर सम टाइम टू अलाउ द to decay those leaves on the land only. They burn sometimes, they also burn that, or they don't burn also, but what they do, they left that land for some time. They don't do fertilization over that land, on which the fertilization is already done for one time. Like एक बार खेती होने के बाद, they leave that land for some time, and they allow the land for formation of humus, because humus is very important for plant and nice and proper growth of plant. Okay, so what happens by the how the this is the way how formation of soil occurs, the regular deposition of dust particles, regular by the pressure of wind, by the pressure of rainwater. What happens, the bedrock slowly breaks into small stones, that is small stones slowly breaks into immature soil, or you can say sand layer, and then again those immature soil layer again, by the pressure of wind and water, again changes into soil, and then soil, over the soil there is a deposition of humus layer. Okay, so now due to heat and cold and water of the sun, wind and rain respectively, the bedrock breaks down into the pieces. Stones, sand and soil are formed from these pieces. Microbes, worms and insects are found among them. Rodents like mice and rats are also found here. Okay, the roots of trees grows on the land, and on the land also help weathering of rocks. Now, what else helps the soil to break? Like we know that wind and water is a natural agent, but also some living organism also helps those soils in breaking down. For example, some few examples are given here. Even in the formation of humus also, by the deposition of water, and by the help of some small worms, insects, they easily decay and make it very rich and fertile. And the roots are embedded up to, you can see that roots are embedded up to, you can see the layer of small rocks. It is up to this only, sometimes it only grows from up to this. And these roots also helps in breaking these rocks. What happens, they put pressure on this little stone, and they breaks into the small particles. So these we can also say like this, that these roots, embedded roots also helps in the formation of land for their, because they need they need a space to grow. So that's why what happens, by the pressure of root, it the breaks, the small large stones breaks into small fine particles. So the roots of trees growing on the land also help weathering of rocks. Weathering of rocks means like breakdown of rocks. You can say like this. The process of soil formation is slow and continuous. As I already told you in a very initial, that it takes a very long time to the formation. I know that it is not a sudden reaction, it is not an instantaneous process that done in a day. It takes around 200 to 400 years to prepare a land, and to prepare to make a proper fertile land, it takes around 3000 years. So it's a very slow process and very long time process. It takes about 1000 years for 2.5 centimeter thick layer of mature soil to form. Okay, so what it's saying, that it takes about 1000 years. 1000 years, as I've already mentioned you, that 3000 years to make a proper fertile land, and 2.5 centimeter thick layer बनाने के लिए भी इनको 1000 years चाहिए होते. Soil can get destroyed in a short period due to floods, storms, and human activities such as mining. That is why it is necessary to conserve oil and to prevent erosion of land. The best remedy for this is to increase the green cover of the land. Erosion of the land is reduced if the grass, trees, and bushes are grown on it. Now, soil. Okay, so now up to this we understood that how the formation of soil occurs, and what time it takes to form the soil. Now. What is our work? We should conserve our soil. Conserve our soil means we should save our soil, because it is very important for us, it is very important for plant growing, and plant is very important to us. So we should and what is written here, soil can get destroyed in a short period due to floods and storms. Okay, how it happens? Because if suppose is the soil formation takes place here. Okay, it's a very fine particle, it's a very light layer, you can say, you can see it's just a deposition of soil only, sorry, decaying leaves only. And it is also a sand layer, it has also a very fine particle. So what happens, if the flood will come, they can easily they can easily take these layer with them. फ्लड आएगा तो क्या होगा, ये सारे जो फाइन पार्टिकल्स लेयर इजली फ्लो विद द फ्लड, and again the soil formation become the zero. In the we get only these two layer, or maximum we get this layer only, right? So due to the flood and storm, we know that we don't have any control on the coming the floods and storms, but at least lots of people are engaging in this to to stop the floods by the help of dam or something. So but yes, some human activities are also there, who are spoiling our land. Other than flood and storm, that is very natural, as in we don't have a lot control on it, but there are such human activities also which destroying our land. That is a regular cutting of trees. Regular cutting of trees, what they do, when they cut the trees and they uproot this, these layers break down. Okay, because these layers are very tightly packed in this layer of soil. So when we uproot this, what happens, this layer also break down, and again these layers will get dispersed to there and there, and again we got these two layer only at the particular area. So we should avoid this to cut the regular cut of plants. Okay, so because and that is called the erosion of land. When when we uproot this, we can see usko darar bolte hain. When sometimes we have seen that if there is no roots, there is no moisture in a land, so what happens then, it will break land, automatically breaks. There is no moisture in the land, due to the no presence of moisture in the land, and due to uproot, what happens, there is जगह खाली हो जाता है, राइट? वैकेंट स्पेस क्रिएटेड, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड द इरोजन ऑफ लैंड. Okay, so what happened, we have to stop here only. We will more discuss about this, what is erosion of land, in the next class. Okay, so till the time, keep revising all the topics we studied in the last classes. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.